For the cost of rent, how expensive it is, the space is small. We have restaurants, clubs, nightlife, art scene. It's just, there's something for everybody in this city. Find something to do so easily. Like, there's always something to do here. There's always a new adventure to be had. Today, I'm gonna be talking about pros and cons with living in DC.
But she ain't never seen the world of. She a
Hey guys, it's your girl Funmi-Layo. Welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for tuning in. Make sure to like this video if you haven't already. It helps other people to see this video, and make sure to subscribe because we have awesome content on this channel. Today, I'm going to be talking about pros and cons with living in DC. Okay, so I'm going to start off with the pros and I will end with the cons. Or maybe I'll do a little bit of both. Let's see how it goes. Okay, so to start off with, DC is just such a wonderful place. I personally love DC. Go check out my video going more in depth of like things that I really like and like things that I have experienced myself living in Washington, DC. So definitely go check that video out. But some pros are the career-minded individuals. It seems like this place is amazing for networking. I feel there's just so many fields and industries in here, and there's so many people here. They're just very career-minded and focused and just trying to accomplish whatever they're trying to accomplish and have their goals for their career. So it's great for networking, to meet other people in your field who are really doing things, and especially if you're like in the healthcare industry or in the what would you call it? Politics. Like if you're in those type of industries, like yeah, I think DC is a pretty good place for sure. This is a con. It's very expensive to live in DC. I don't know what cities you guys are coming from, but yeah, it's on the higher end to live here for sure. Absolutely. But you know, you can get a great job here because there are a lot of good job opportunities. I don't know particularly what your field may be, but I will say that there are a lot of great job opportunities here in DC if you're interested. And you know, if you find the right fit for you, it could have like a good salary that'll balance out the higher cost of living depending on your field. But for me, I found that, you know, depending on what you choose, it'll help balance out the cost. Another thing is that it's such a diverse and global city. Like there's just so much, you know, so much going on here, so many different cultures, so many different people, well, obviously because different cultures, but yes, so there's like an array of restaurants, clubs, nightlife, art scene. It's just, there's something for everybody in this city, truly. You know, honestly, even from like the embassies, there's so many different embassies here. I don't even know if there's just so many. I can't even name how many they are. But yeah, there's so many different embassies and great institutions, like great places to learn, some notable schools out here in DC itself and also around the area. You know, you have Georgetown, you have George Mason, you have George Washington, you know, so many great schools, others that I haven't even named. And then in the whole like DC, in the whole like Maryland, Virginia area, there are other phenomenal schools around. So if you're interested in pursuing higher education, this is definitely an amazing place to settle down because there's so many aspects of education. I hope that I'm saying that right, but there are so many aspects of education that these schools have that are like, they rank high in. I don't know how to say it, but yes, so definitely I would recommend here if you're interested in that. And like I said, with it being such a diverse and global city means that, you know, you can really find something to do so easily. Like there's always something to do here. There's always a new adventure to be had. It's very accessible as well. So like, because you are in DC, Maryland and Virginia are like literally border us. So you can go to Maryland today and also you can go to Virginia the same day. And Virginia is also metro accessible. So you can get on the metro and get to Virginia, and there some amazing places to visit down there and to just tour. It's really great. And also like your accessibility to be able to take a train or even a bus to, let's say, New York or Philadelphia. It's literally so easy. You just hop on the bus, go to Union Station, and you can go to these places for cheap. You know, sometimes I myself, I bought $1 ticket to New York from DC. You know, these things happen. Absolutely, you guys, I'm not lying. I bought it $1 to go to New York, yeah, from here. So, and it was a bus though. It wasn't a train. You know, those trains, they be getting expensive, but yes. So it's very accessible. You can like go on day trips to New York. You can go on day trips to Philly. I just really like how this city makes me feel like the world is at my fingertips. So I don't know, hopefully, you know, you guys feel the same. But anyways, moving on. I'll also say that this city, it definitely has a good nature in sense of like Cherry Blossom Festival. So they have, I said good nature. I don't even think that makes sense. But anyways, they have a Cherry Blossom Festival here that brings tourists from all over to see these flowers that they have around here. I actually did a photo shoot with the cherry blossoms. I'll probably insert a picture somewhere here. But yeah, they're these dope flowers that people come around and they see. It's usually around the tidal basin area, but it's a good attraction. It's good for a date, you know, like it's really nice. It's really scenic. It's great to see for yourself. So definitely that's something cool that you can find around here. And also if you're an outdoorsy person, like there are places to hike in the DMV area. So definitely that's something, you'll get your fair share of nature around here. So now moving more towards the cons, I will say yes, the higher cost of living is not the best thing for somebody to to experience. Yeah, obviously you want somewhere that's a little bit cheaper to live, but it's okay. Like you pay for it. If you live in DC, you're paying for your location and the accessibility you have to everything. So with that higher cost of living, of you living in the city, you're getting access to public transportation like the metro, right? Or like the buses, the public buses. So that's a pro. And if you work in the city, it's easier to commute to work. So that's kind of the trade-off. But I will say though, you get smaller spaces. In my experience, like for the cost of rent, how expensive it is, the space is smaller, yeah, than what I'm used to. Cause I'm thinking about other places that I used to live before I lived in DC, and the huge area I got furnished, you know, nice modern apartments, and yeah, no, not here, not here. No, not in my experience here. But I will say still, it's still worth it. It's still, you can still get something that's a nice deal, but you're gonna definitely pay for your location. So it's not like so unbelievably priced, you know, unless you choose to live in such a higher end place. But there is a place for everybody. But yeah, you're gonna have to search, in my opinion. I personally had to do a lot of searching and a lot of prayer, but I was able to find the place that was right for me and that was in my budget. So it's definitely doable. It's definitely doable, but you just need to be thorough with your research and everything like that. But I will say, yeah, the spaces are definitely smaller in comparison to what you pay for in other areas, you know. So that is something to consider. Another thing with the public transportation, which is so great and phenomenal, I will say like sometimes you get metro delays, but I feel like that's with every train station. Am I wrong? I don't know. But yeah, sometimes the delays in the morning can be very annoying and can really set you back. So that's kind of annoying, but I feel like that's a trade-off when you're dealing with public transportation, the reliability. So majority of the time for me, metro and public transportation has been good and it has been reliable, but there have been more than on two hands. I can count times where I just been let down, man, you know, but it is what it is, you know. That's the trade-off that comes with public transportation. You can't always count on it and it's annoying, you know, but majority of the time you'll be able to make it where you want to go in time. But there will be a good amount of time where you'll be like, yo, what is going on? This is ridiculous, you know? Another thing that I will say is with the more jobs and everything here, you know, be aware that it is probably a competitive job market. And I say this just because before I found the right job for me, I really had to look. I really was applying for a long time. And you gotta think, this is a big city, so a big pond. So even if you think of yourself as a big fish and you think of all your accolades, this, that, and the third, realize you'll be a big fish in a big pond here. Or, you know, a little fish in a big pond here, depending on how you view yourself and view your skills. But I will say that I do believe that there is something for everybody in this city. I do believe that you will find a job here, but but just know it's gonna be competitive, in my opinion, I feel like, because it only makes sense, you know, because it's a bigger city, more people, you know, obviously more people are going for the same, well, depending on your field. It depends on your field. But I just think personally, I think, yeah, it's competitive, but in a good way. And you can definitely, I feel like you can find a job here. That's how I feel. It's a lot of jobs. It might take you a while. It took me a while to find the one that I wanted for me after my first job here. But yes, it's definitely doable. Definitely would encourage you to, you know, take your time and really search for something that was good for you. But yes, you guys, those are my pros and cons about living in DC. Let me know. Oh wait, here, one more thing. I don't know if you guys are, depending on where you're coming from, you definitely do experience winter here. So like, it snows. So don't think it don't snow. It definitely snows here, but it's up north, so I feel like you would expect that. But just in case that might be a con for you, that is definitely something to consider. Yeah, because that happens here. But yes, thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know what more videos you guys would like to see. I hope you guys enjoyed this, and let me know if you want me to make a part 2 going more in depth and more in detail, maybe talking about like social scenes or like, I don't know, just let me know what you guys want a video about. But thank you so much for watching, and I will catch you guys next time. Bye.